Hi guys, and welcome to another Bedroom Guru. How you all doing? Sorry I've been away for a while, but I've had so much to deal with. Moving into a new house, getting a new bathroom, getting a new kitchen, worrying about the money, new job, writing in Haunted magazine, which I hope you've enjoyed reading, and obviously doing my columns, and then doing a new thing that I was inspired to do, which is my email tarot card readings, finishing my book, Diary of a Psychic, Me, Myself and I, and it's just been overwhelming, to be honest with you. And I just thought, I know what I'm going to talk about today, because I have been juggling a lot lately, and I needed to kind of get a bit of guidance. And I was trying to listen to my intuition, and I've got a feeling that this happens with a lot of people, that you are so busy in your lives, you know, busy mums, busy dads, jobs, family, whatever's going on in your life, that we lose our intuition, we lose our internal compass. And that's exactly what it is. Intuition is our soul compass that comes from our solar plexus. There are two ways to get divine guidance. Two ways. One is obviously through mind, where you are either meditating or allowing yourself to open your crown and third eye chakras to get divine intervention, guidance and a way forward. The other way obviously is through our intuition, our gut instinct, hence why it comes from the solar plexus, just in your abdomen there under your ribs. And so sometimes we kind of lose away with it. We kind of lose that gut where we think we've got to do this, we've got to do that, because ego overrides it. Excuse me. Oh God, croaky voice. I should have this nice, sexy Devon accent, shouldn't I? It's not going to happen, is it? I went into Dunelm yesterday, and he goes, "Oh, you're all right, you're from London." I was like, "No, I'm from Essex." And he said, "Oh yeah, I can tell, I love that accent." I'm like, "No, but I want it a bit Devony. Anyway, I'm digressing straight away. So let's talk about intuition. How do we use it, and how do we know we're making the right decisions? As I said earlier, because we get so busy, we lose that little divine nudge that says, don't do that, take this option. And we just go forward with our ego, which is normally driven by, oh, what are they going to think if I do this? Or I must do this because I have to get this done now. Or I must go for that because otherwise it's not going to happen. And we kind of read into a situation. Our ego mucks it up. And have you ever had that situation where you do go for something, but there's a little bit in your gut that isn't, isn't right? You do it, it goes wrong, and then you just think, I knew I shouldn't have done that. How many times have you said that in your life, where you basically say, I so knew I shouldn't have done that, but you did it anyway? This is where you need to kind of stop and take a breath. This is where you need to think, I should have listened to the inside bit, okay? Even if it seems it's the hardest option, or it goes against everything that you think you should be doing, you've got to go with it. The thing is that when we started getting souls put into our bodies many, many moons ago, we basically were given a lifeline to the divine, to whatever you want to call it, heaven, the angel realms, celestial realms, alternate universe, whatever you want to call it. We had a little lifeline so that if it got too much on our human experience, we could just make sure we grew that, listen to it, and it would steer us well. Believe me, it's taken me a long time to do it, but it just works magnificently for me now. But if I take myself back, perhaps, I don't know, 4 years ago, when I was in my worst time after my accident, you can forget it. I was just flying on anxiety, impatience, anger, worry, everything that, creates the ego or the self was overwhelming everything that they were trying to show me. But then they very patiently, God bless them, the most beautiful and Valium, very patiently showed me how to do it, how to slow down and listen to your instinct, listen to your intuition. And it's really quite simple. I know that people are busy. I know that you've got jobs and that you're running here, there and everywhere. But you know what? It only takes a couple of minutes for you to actually reconnect with what your soul wants to tell you and guide you with. So I'll give you a for instance. I have been juggling things, As I say, there's lots of things happening on a human level to do with my house. I've still got loads of unpacking to do. You know, I want to get out and about and start meeting people. Not meeting people. What I mean is that, you know, my friends say, come on, would you like to come out? Would you like to do this? And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I've got to rest, otherwise I'll overdo it. And, you know, I just was getting a bit overwhelmed, and I actually identified it yesterday. I thought, well, hang on a minute, you're kind of running here. Let's have a little look, because I started thinking, have I taken too much on, because I'm doing the email and tarot card readings now via email, and I'm doing these, and is it worth doing these videos? Is it worth, you know, connecting with people? Are people listening? And I started getting myself in a bit of a jumble. So what I did was I pulled myself back, stopped for a minute, and thought, right, I need to just like rebalance myself, and I need to focus, and I need to get a bit of like divine guidance here. So the first thing I did was I thought, right, I'm going to go across. Luckily, I live right across to the most beautiful place. It's got these wonderful ponds and lakes, and so I go there for clarity quite a lot of the time. And so I took the dogs, walked across there. I can see it just from here. And as I'm sitting there by all the beautiful waterfowl, I can see me from over here. So I'm very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. So I took a walk, and as I was walking, I was trying to clear my mind of all my thoughts. You know, you've got to get rid of all the thoughts and the feelings, the anxieties, and everything that mars that divine like call that says do this, do that. Okay. So I was trying to clear my mind and just trying to take a breath and think, right, I've got to be in the present here and look at, you know, what I've got to do with everything. And as I walked around to the ponds, I sat down and I just allowed myself to quieten. I just allowed my mind to just stop and be in the moment. And I was just watching these ducks, you know, dipping in their little bums in the air, looking for something to eat. There was a heron standing on this rock. There were swans. It was just amazing in the distance, and it was just so lovely sitting there in nature. And then suddenly I said, Archangel Ariel, because obviously she's the archangel of, you know, nature and animals, I said, just give us a bit of inspiration, because I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed at the moment. And all she did, she replied, it's just water off a duck's back. It was so simple. And so I went, well, yeah, it is actually. No, you know, we don't absorb anything in life. Just allow it to flow over you and keep going, keep swimming, keep bobbing for whatever's under there in the pond. And so I went, yeah, it's true. I'm absorbing too much. I just need to let it flow over, and just carry on paddling, and not allow anything to overwhelm me too much, and just be in the present and do what I feel is right at the time. So I thought, oh, that's really simple few words, but quite, you know, impactful. So anyway, I got up, walked along to the next pond, and then the dogs like sort of stopped and looked at me, and then these 3 ducks literally walked right in front of me to go to the next pond. And I was like, 3 obviously is an angel number, so I thought, well, that's not bad. It's quite impressive. It was 3 ducks just walking past me, almost to back up what she was saying. And then I sat down at this other place, and then these swans, and normally swans are a bit territorial. You know, you don't go near them because they start giving their and then you're like, okay, I'm going to be walking away now, because they're quite big, aren't they? And these swans and cygnets, there was about 3 swans, but there was a main one, and its wings were like a heart. You know, it wasn't like in... I can do a swan impression. Oh my god, they weren't like in, you know, completely in, but they were like, do you know the typical photo you get of the heart, the wings are like half open, and it come right up to me, right? And I thought, don't move. The dogs were like, wow, this is a bit, you know, in your face. And I didn't know what to do, because I thought, God, it might have a go at me, but it didn't. And it was about a foot away from me. It literally came right up to the edge of the pond where I was standing, right? And then it's cygnets with 3 cygnets behind it. And then there was a swan in the background. I took a photo of it, actually, and put it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, because it was amazing. And then as it sat there looking at me, I thought, oh my God, swans are angel messengers. So I'm like, God, they're really backing up about this, just like water off duck's back, just let it all go. So I'm like, wow. So we just sat there looking at stood there looking at each other for ages. And it was me in the end, because my legs were hurting. I thought, I'm going to sit down. And so I sat down and it stayed there and then just followed along, just looking at me. And I'm like, right, okay then. And it was just a really magical time. It was lovely. And so it also gave me that sense of silence and everything, and taking that breather and realising that I'm always guided, you know, because we can lose that along the way because we've got so much going on in our lives. And so I thought, wow, this is just incredible. So anyway, walk back feeling really good. The second thing I do as well is if there's something bugging me or there's too much going on in my mind and I don't know a way forward and what's right and what isn't, I use this little beauty. Love it. If you do my Prism Living online course, which helps you in positive living, all of this is on there, and spiritual living, and all of my students, past and present, I always tell them to have a soul journal. This is gold, and actually it is gold. Can you see what I did there? These are gold. I've got a whole library of them that is up in my, finally, because I unpacked them, in my bookcase. Basically, when anything's bugging me or I just need to express myself, and lots of counsellors and therapists recommend this as the first stage of anything, is you write out your feelings, write out what's bugging you. If you've got a decision to make, write out the pros and cons. If you're grieving, write a letter to whoever you're missing. You know, it's an absolute must for you to be in touch with your consciousness, in touch with how you're doing in life. And sometimes you can write a few lines, other times, can you hear my washing machine in the back? Because I'm going to get loads of emails going, there was something really weird in the back of the washing machine. But basically, you could end up doing like one page, or you could end up doing 100. You know, I've sometimes, in the early days when I was doing my transition and healing a few years ago, I would just write out and end up crying my eyes out. But it was really healthy grieving. It was really good to be in touch with myself and realise what was going on. So I came in and I thought, right, next stage, just for me to know if I'm doing everything that I should be doing that's right, you know, about, am I over juggling things? You know, is it worth carrying on writing these books? Is it worth, I had a bit of that, you know, a bit of a moment, because I'm thinking I'm doing all of this and it's not as if I'm getting paid for it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, am I wasting my energy on this? Because you do, because you just think sometimes the people listen to me, am I making an impact, right? I just happened, it wasn't a downer, I was just thinking, you know, should I be focusing my energy on something else, you know? And this is what happened. I picked 3 angel cards, which never, ever have been wrong. Every single time I ask them a question, they answer. And it's so ridiculously spooky how they do it. They just inspire you. You just spend time shuffling them, as I showed you in another video. And then you pick the ones, and they are the answers. It's just a brilliant divine way of getting a direct answer from the divine. Perfect. So this is what I pulled, because I was, you know, as I said, am I wasting time? Not wasting time, but, you know, I was starting to worry a bit about finance, because obviously I can't work full time anymore. So I took that for granted before. So I have to really watch my budgeting. Do you know what I mean? And normally I'm okay, but obviously because the kitchen's been extended, and I'm like, oh my God, am I going to be able to afford it? And I've started getting into that money worry, which is ridiculous, because I know that it'll always be okay. But when you've got other things going on, it weakens, you know, your way forward. And so, you know, you kind of lose it a bit. So this is how I get back to my intuition and my little compass. So anyway, I pulled the cards. And the first one was King of Fire, which was focus, 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 and full steam ahead. Devote your energy and time to the task at hand. You're in a position of leadership and you inspire others with your enthusiasm and spiritual knowledge. Thank you very much. You may also receive advice from someone who excels at creative solutions and creative writing. Entrepreneurial ventures, speaking in front of groups, and courage of one's convictions and making a difference. So it's saying, yes, carry on with what you're doing, because it's going to lead to something amazing. Then it says, You are doing, this is the next card, you're doing too much. You may experience financial instability or have too many projects on your plate. You're feeling stressed, yet you're managing to maintain a good work and home balance. If you're considering a career change, which really, going from doing live demonstrations of mediumship and touring around doing my job to writing, you could say that. It's a bit of a change. And it says here, keep your current job but slowly transition. Oh, I'm slowly transitioning. I'm doing my little bit of work. Stay open to creative ideas and new perspectives. So it's, keep going with the writing. Thank you very much. And then I said, so this is all worth it then. We're all going in the right direction. I haven't got anything wrong here. I'm doing what I should be doing. And then the answer was, significant abundance flows to you now. You may get salary increases or unexpected money. Ooh, going to win the lottery. No, I'm joking. A new business venture is likely to succeed at this time. This is a foundation for prosperity and has been well laid. Could make a comment on that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be a lady. Good time to make an investment or consider opportunities carefully. You may soon be receiving legal documents or contracts or exciting correspondence. Receipt of a gift, improving health, significant purchases, excellent luck. Who knows? Wouldn't it be lovely if I got a contract from a publisher or an agent? Oh, that's my little goal. But can you see what I mean? So the cards backed it up, and then I wrote out all my feelings and everything that was bugging me in my soul journal. And this I write, sometimes I leave it for a month, other times I'm writing it 3 times a day. It is my soul Bible. I totally recommend everybody getting one of these. As I say, you don't have to write in it every day. It's not about, I had like chicken tikka for tea. It's about writing out your dreams, your meditations, your feelings, what's making you feel happy. You know, you can even write things that make you feel happy so that it's backing up that happiness. And what things make you sad. I know I keep talking about these in my videos, but it really is such a simple way. You can get a 99p notebook, or you can get lovely soul journals like I get. And everywhere I go, you know, if I find a beautiful book, then I have it, because that'll be one of my soul journals for the future. They're going to be a brilliant read. Posthumous. I must probably get published. When somebody finds these, oh my God, after I've snuffed it, it's going to be interesting, I tell you. But yeah, so the soul journal, got me in that right direction of, right, okay, clear everything out of the way, you're doing the right thing, but make sure you balance it all out. Make sure you're doing things that you can just take a breather. So I know that I've got to work on a bit on the balance of everything that I'm juggling around at the moment. And so it was just lovely to do that. And so this morning when I woke up, the first thing that was in my mind and the first message I got was, tell them about intuition. So I'm like, right, okay then. And so that's what I've done this morning. It's a really simple way, what I've just said, literally the use of cards, taking yourself out in nature and just using the soul journal. And it's really funny because a lot of the readings I've been doing lately with email, like the email tarot readings, a lot of people have been advised from the angel realm, spirit guides, whoever's come in, to get yourself away from situations and people, to find yourself, to find where you are. And you don't have to go on a bloody 5-mile walk and, you know, talk to the angels. Even if it's 5 minutes sitting in the car while you're waiting to pick the kids up. Do you know what I mean? You have got time to do this. People say they haven't got time, but if you know, you've got a thing saying, oh, you've got to dedicate 5 minutes of the day and you get £1 million, you'd bloody do it, wouldn't you? So, you know, it takes 5 minutes for you to sit there and gauge, right, where am I? How am I feeling? How's everything going? What do I need to change? Is there anything I need to change? What am I not liking? What do I need to move away from? What do I need to move towards? Okay, it's all you need to do. And if you can't feel that gut instinct, if you can't feel that drive or that impulse that says to you, you've really got to do this, then just simply do what I've done. Take the dog out for a walk. Clean your mind, cleanse it of all the thoughts and feelings of the day, and that is when you will get your divine guidance. People think, you know, that you get like a 8-foot angel standing in front of you, and no, unto pass, I bring you word from heaven that you might. It don't work like that. Normally, it's a very quick, powerful thought, feeling that comes into your essence. You think, I've got to go and do that, and then you trust it and go with it. That's another part of this. You've got to trust the process. When you get that, just that random idea, that is normally you being divinely guided, right? Skeptics will say, well, it's just a hunch, it's just an idea. Fair play, then crack on and do that. But I know from what I've just been through the last 7 years, it ain't just an idea. They will drop something in to push you where you need to be going for an easier, better, accomplished life, right? So if you get that, oh, I think I'm just going to go here today, do it. Oh, I just think I'm going to email that person today, do it. Because they're guiding you towards your next landmark of success. When you go against your gut, when you go against that feeling for whatever reason, you'll end up stuck still, and then you get that situation a lot slower. This is a quick bloody spirit person walking. He used to have a lot of change rattling in his pocket, and he's really stocky bloke, and I don't think he's that tall, so he's mostly about 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". He's not over 6 foot. Bald head, really funny, loved a pint. I wonder if he's got a little pinky on his finger. Just saw a flash of that when he's having a pint. He's about a Tracy, Essex name. Tracy or Terry, Tracy. Heart disease. He had heart disease by the looks of it. He said, I'm surprised it weren't my liver. He's one of my lot. He's either London, Kent, Essex. Bloody hell. I'm trying to talk about intuition here. I think he's saying about I want to talk to my daughter. So someone's dad, definitely. Oh, I don't want to do this because I'm gonna use my energy up for the rest of the day, guys. And I need to be doing stuff. It's sunny. I want to take the dogs down the beach. Happy birthday. I just want to come and say happy birthday. So I don't know if it's one of the kids, grandkids, or I don't know if it's Tracy. Yeah, he likes to drink. I don't know if he's also trying to show that as like a work environment, like you run a pub or someone runs a pub, or it's just literally doing a congratulations. But I'm going to have to leave it there, lovely. I would love to. He's saying about Lee as well. I don't know if it's a place or the name, but please, thank you so much. I really respect you coming in, but this is me talking about intuition. So, for instance, thank you. Sorry, darling. Come to me. Get her to inspire her to come to me, and I can do a reading for her or something like that, an email tarot reading, okay? Find a way to do it for me, okay? Right. Sorry about that. What's I talking about? Yes, so for instance, I'll give you a very quick for instance on how it works. So when my caravan flooded, when my mobile home flooded, I could have taken the insurance money, or I could have taken the new caravan, right? Because what happened is that I lost my home in Essex, and so all I had was my like luxury mobile home, and it flooded. So I should have listened to that. My gut was saying, this isn't right. You need to just take the insurance money and just start working on trying to get a roof over your head, not a bloody caravan run by a load of thieving people. But I wouldn't. I wanted my caravan by the sea. I wanted it, and that was it, right? So I basically was homeless for March, April, May, June, July, 6 months, right? Where I was just sofa hopping, so I had nowhere to live. And I eventually got it, and then I was in it for about 3 weeks, and then it got repossessed because because what happened is the people that were running the caravan place, sorry mate, the people that running the caravan place decided to put my rent up by 400 quid. They also wouldn't allow me, and they also wouldn't wait for the insurance payout, so were demanding the money that when I wasn't staying there, even though they'd agreed that I didn't have to pay it. Because they can do these sort of things, these caravan companies. They can just say, oh, I'm putting your rent up, and ha ha ha, if you can't pay it, it's tough. And then I said, right, well, I'll sell it. No, you're not selling it. So I'm like, right, okay, well, I'll rent it out. No, we're not letting you rent it out. They had me by the short and curlies. It's disgusting how they treat people. And they've done it to quite a few people. And so in the end, I just had to say, right, done. And so I just let it get repossessed. And I remember standing on my mate's doorstep in the pouring rain a second time round, with dustbin bags, crying because I was homeless again. Now, what I realised when I was writing that part of my story in Me, Myself and I, A Diary of a Psychic was, I thought, my God, I should have listened to my intuition, because what it was doing was, back in February when I had the leak, it was saying, right, this is a write-off, take the bloody insurance money, because that is going to get you a roof over your head, right? This is what they were trying to do, because I had nowhere to live. I'd lost everything, remember, right? So if I'd taken that, I would have had enough money to sit and rent and then wait for whatever to transpire, the accident payout or whatever. But I didn't take that because my ego was, oh no, I want to be by the sea, I want to be in my luxury caravan. And this caravan had like an ensuite bath and patio doors and a kitchen island. It's all I could see. All I could see was that. I wasn't allowing myself to listen to my intuition. So last night, it was a massive realisation for me, an epiphany, because when I was writing it out in that chapter, I thought, my God. So what I did was, I think it was August they took it, or September was it? I think it was August. But what they did was, and then I'm back on the doorstep again, right, with my dustbin bags, homeless, because they'd cut my electricity off and God knows what, they were vicious. And I just thought, my God. So what happened was, if I'd taken that money, it would have been an easier ride, right? I would have had money to rent a place, and I wouldn't have wasted 6 months of grief and stress and crap arguing with insurance people and these park people that run it. They're disgusting, those people. How they get away with it. The karma's got to come there at some point. That's the only tiny little thing I've got from my past that still niggles me a bit, because I've heard of other people getting stuff the same as I did. And it's just, I don't like injustice. I really don't like it. And something's got to happen there. But anyway, that's another story. So can you see what I'm trying to say? So I would have saved myself 6 months of grief and homelessness and like staying on people's bloody settees and spare rooms, and I would have had money to get a roof over my head. But my ego stopped me from doing that, despite my gut saying, take the money, just do this. Can you see what I'm trying to say? So that's just a little for instance for you. So take time out, quieten your mind, be in touch with yourself, be in touch with what you want, what isn't right, what is right. And if there's something isn't right, you've got to have the courage to change it. So whatever subject matter or whatever you're coping with or dealing with, Google is an excellent tool. All you got to do is like Archangel 4, whatever it is, money problems, health, whatever it is, and you'll find that Archangel. Ask them to help you, whether you believe it or not, okay? And just go for it. You know, sometimes the hardest decisions are always the right way. The easy ways are normally the wrong ways, you know, and we're just like going for the easy option. Go for the hard option, because I'm telling you now, it will get you where you need to go. And there are some hard decisions we have to make in this life, but I want to then bring it all the way back to the beginning of what I was saying. It's water off a duck's back. You know, people are absorbing, and I nearly did this week, people are absorbing too much of what goes on in their lives and letting it overwhelm them, and what people think and how people act in situations and work and God knows what. Let it just roll over, because no matter what happens, tomorrow will come, and the next day and the next day. So it's not as if, you know, the world's going to stop just because of all these issues that are happening with you. You just got to keep riding through the storm. It's as simple as that. You just got to keep going. And it's up to you whether you hold all that on your back and walk slogging it, or you just think, you know what, I don't really need that, I'm going to chuck that off. Do you know what I mean? You're bloody walking along with a huge rucksack on your back, and it's a load of crap in the back, and you've got to go through a desert. You ain't going to carry it, are you? Get rid of it. Get rid of the things that are weighing you down, that are burdening you. And don't worry what people think. Don't worry about the consequences. Do it for what is right for you. And if you make that right decision, you've got backup. But that is where you need to get your faith. That's where you need to get your trust, is that there is an ultimate universe. You don't have to even think of it as angels or gods or heaven. Just know that there is, as we are energy and light and vibration, there is another frequency of energy, light and vibration that's there and that's got our back and that's looking out for us. All right, I know it's hard to believe, but I've been there, done it and worked it. And do I look like a loon to you? I shouldn't have asked that, should I? But I'm trying to tell you, and I know why this experience happened to me. One of the reasons is because I had no faith at all. And I know I keep saying this, but I was the biggest skeptical, angry, arsey person you could possibly want to meet when I was at my worst stage a few years ago, right? And there's no way on this earth I was going to allow all of that. I thought it was all a load of old shit. And I thought, no, you're just all a load of crap. It's all rubbish, you know, because I wouldn't be laying here ill and lost everything, right? And what a perfect person to prove it on. Because that was the last thing I wanted to do, was get any divine inspiration. I wanted to, if I could find out where they were, I'd go and bloody set fire to it. So they showed me from the deepest, darkest depths of my despair, we have your back. You got to trust it and go with it. And my God, did they do that. Never been so happier and content and complete in all my life. So listen to what I've got to tell you, because I'm telling you, I'm not selling anything. I don't care. I do care. But, you know, you can take this on board or not. But if you want a healthier, happier, more balanced life, listen to what I've got to tell you, because this is the way forward. Trust me. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with those thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed it today. And as I say, I'm trying to balance everything. So hopefully I'll do another one soon. Please subscribe to this if you're watching, or send it to people that might help you. Sorry, that may help. I'll say that again. Please share it to people that you think it may help. There are so many people in a situation of loss, or you know, they don't know where they're going in life, and by listening to these, I think I'll help you find a way. And everybody's saying, I can't find your book, I can't find your book. No, it's because they haven't been published yet, and I still haven't found an agent, so it's not right. The time isn't right yet. But with all of my messages that I've had for the last few years, I know that they will be out soon. I feel it's more next year. But leave it with me, and I can keep you updated on that, because everything is going towards it. I really want me, myself and I to come out first. Because that was my journey from her horror, pure horror, to this that I am now, and how to cope and how to survive the worst things that can happen to you as a human. That's the one I want to come out first. So let's see what happens, my little lovelies. Anyway, enjoy this video. Have a lovely rest of the weekend, because it's Sunday, isn't it? And do you know what? I think I might do a bit of cheeky writing and then go down the beach and clear my mind and see if there's anything my intuition wishes to draw to me. Namaste. Anyway, take care, guys, and thanks for listening. Seriously, I do appreciate it. And yet again, I so appreciate all your emails and your messages that you send me concerning this. And I've even had people stop me in the street here and say, oh, I watch your videos, and that really makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. So thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again soon. God bless. See you later.